This is Paul Turner, the Immigration Barrister at Imperium Chambers. Please tune into my channel and subscribe for your up-to-date immigration news as it happens. And if you have an immigration problem, please get in touch with me. Today I'm going to be talking about changes to the government's immigration policy in respect of immigration over the next couple of years. In today's video I will be discussing a recent publication by the Home Office which was published in late November. This gives details of the UK's immigration plans for the years 23 to 25. It being accepted, of course, that the Home Office are essentially in a disarray. I also plan to focus on the policy shifts in student migration that our Prime Minister is considering. However, you should keep in mind at this stage, good or bad, that change is going to be coming. To get the bad news out of the way, the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is planning to clamp down on the number of international students taking what he classes as low value or Mickey Mouse degrees. I've yet to see a degree on Mickey Mouse. As well as restricting the number of dependents a student can bring with them and restricting admissions to the top universities only. On the 24th of November it was reported that UK migration to the UK rose to a record 504,000 owing in part to the problems in Ukraine and the Hong Kong schemes. And the number of new international students is predicted to rise to 400,000 students coming in the year 2030. A lot of universities oppose this move as they restrict student visas, as they argue that the UK restricts admission to the top universities will mean that they will go bankrupt, which is obviously not good. The move also fails to consider that the UK would stand to lose out on the substantial economic activity that international students bring in, rent, expenditure, etc. I can relate from personal experience that once the UK government have dug their heels in on an issue, in particular in respect to immigration, they try to go through with it. In light of this, I would highly recommend that if you are a potential international student who is serious about coming to the United Kingdom and have deferred your admission, you pack your bags as quickly as possible before these considerations come to fruit. I will now give a clearer picture of the proposed changes to the immigration force coming in from 23 to 25. This information will be crucial to effectively strategise your route to coming to the United Kingdom and preparing for any eventuality. As given by the UK government, the purpose of the changes will be to improve and streamline the immigration system so that the UK continues to have a world-leading border and an effective immigration system, and cite that this will be achieved both visibly, for example by improving customer services when making an application, and invisibly by improving targeting and watch listing at the border. These are all aspirations at the moment, anyone that comes to the UK will know. The first improvement is to the immigration system, or the proposed simplification of the visa application process itself. This is proposed to allow lay people to understand the process of applying and would relinquish the need for migrants to seek the help of an immigration advisor, some of whom are very poor. It will also include a move to simplify the current collection of immigration rules to further increase accessibility. This is on a direct recommendation of the Law Commission to make the immigration laws more consistent, that's a laugh, and graspable, as they are almost impenetrable to anyone who is not an immigration lawyer and were heavily criticised not so long ago by a Court of Appeal judge. The next change to the immigration system will be, as stated by the government website, transformed customer service channels, including call centres and digital self-service, helping people get the information they need, what to expect from the application process, and how they can comply with our rules. This is aspirational more than probably the reality. What essentially this translates to is it should, in theory, become easier for you to become self-sufficient and complete the immigration process yourself. Though this may be the case, it is recommended in my advice and experience that you employ the services of a reputable immigration advisor, I'm not talking just of me, to ensure that your application is done smoothly. In terms of coming to the United Kingdom, there are changes planned to transform the sponsorship system to speed up the process for both customers and sponsors. This is a welcome change. The move will likely digitalise a lot of the administrative tasks in the application process. For example, it may no longer be necessary for you to attend a biometric appointment, as there are planned changes to be able to do your biometrics using an app on your phone. When considering travelling in and through the UK, the Home Office wants to introduce what's called the Electronic Travel Authorisation (ETA) scheme, which will require the applicant to have prior permission to travel to and through the UK. This will most likely be checked before you are due to embark on your journey to the United Kingdom, because obviously the government finds it almost impossible to remove people once they're here. Alongside this will be the introduction of e-visas. Sounds fantastic. Whether it happens or not is another matter, which is a digital form of your immigration status that will be accessed by an intuitive, user-friendly online system. Let's hope it's not the same one they use for COVID tracing. This immigration status data will be shared by other government departments such as the DWP or HMRC, which is a worrying trend of information sharing in my view. My worry in all of this is the apparent lack of security that a digital system may have. It may be that this system is well fortified against the threat of hackers and forgers. However, having not seen the system, one can't be sure yet. Another positive change is the implementation of an eligibility checker for the skilled worker visa. Sounds good in principle. This will be an interactive tool that will allow potential applicants to better understand if a particular job is eligible for the visa by answering a series of questions relating to their job and circumstances. This will hopefully give an immediate indication of their eligibility and avoid any wasted applications. You will be able to check whether your current role that you're in is eligible for sponsorship. In principle, a good idea. The government is also seeking to introduce a chatbot in 2023 on its website to answer any simple questions. Whether that chatbot will be of any use or whether it will actually appear is another matter. And given that most immigrations are quite complicated, it will be a very, very, very clever chatbot in my opinion. As these are recent developments, a lot of the publication is rife with platitudes and promises for the future, and so it is yet to be seen what practical effects any of these changes are if and when they are brought into force. But the one thing that can be certain is that the government has indicated a desire to change the immigration system. Generally, when the government indicates a desire to change the immigration system, that usually means, in code, toughening up the immigration system. So be warned. I hope you've enjoyed this brief video on what are the proposed changes to the immigration system over the next couple of years. If you have any specific inquiries or are thinking of coming to the UK, then do get in touch with me and do stay safe. And thank you again for watching. Please subscribe and hit the notification button. This is Paul Turner, the Immigration Barrister at Imperium Chambers.